All right, welcome back to Champaign, Illinois at the Parkland College Cobra Gymnasium. A great matchup in our first matchup between the Cobras and the Des Moines Area Community College Bears. Went 5 sets. The Bears pulled it out 15-12 in the 5th set. So Parkland will now be looking to recover in their second game here today. They were number 6 entering the day with a 22-1 record, so that record now stands at 22-2. The Eagles entered the day 13-0 and number 7. I do not know the result of if they had an early match or not, so I don't know if they played a match before this, but they came in today at 13-0. So we're pretty much ready to start. Set 1 between the Kirkwood Eagles and the Parkland College Cobras. The Kirkwood Eagles are coached by Dave Brown. Assistant coaches Kevin Geary and Kristen Lunekis. And for the Cobras, they are coached by Cliff Hastings and assistant coaches Ron Hoppy Hastings, Sydney Heck, Shelby Bolby, Heather Aldridge, and Amanda Smith. So the Cobras will be starting off this match serving, and we have number 8, Addie Beckman from Harrisburg, Illinois, starting us off. And Kirkwood looks to return it. A good serve, made for a bad send back. And right there, waiting for it was Shay McMillan, and she put that one down easily, 1-0 Cobras. So currently on the floor for Parkland, Addie Beekman is serving. We have number 7, Ashley Freeman, 13, Haley Warfel, 12, Shay McMillan, and we also have 22, Sammy Chrisman, and number 2, Anna McEwen. And this one is knocked across quickly by Haley Warfel, and a quick 2-0 start here for the Cobras. On the Kirkwood side, trying to see their numbers on that far side. Number 5, Chloe Baez. Number 4, Avery Noop. Noop actually right there. Passes it across to 12. That one is knocked right back, and then knocked out of bounds, as that was Baez trying to get a quick hitter in there, but it goes out of bounds, and Parkland out to a quick 3-0 lead. Also back there for Kirkwood is Marissa Kohov, number 12. Number 3, Abby Stats. Beekman sends it across. And this one handled nicely here by the Cobras and then put over by Chrisman. Kirkwood trying to return it, blocked by Parkland. Great job there. And now knocked out the Kirkwood player by Shay McMillan. A nice start here for the Cobras in set 1 of this matchup. 4-0 Parkland. And Beekman will serve again. This one is across. Knocked by McEwen and now put across by McMillan. The 2 Cobra players collided. McMillan and Warfel collided and hit the net, and that point goes to Kirkwood. So their first point of set 1, 4-1 Parkland, as Kirkwood now will serve to the Cobras. Can't see the number over there, but this one comes up over the net. Freeman sends it, and then looked like she found the corner back there. Nice hit there by Sammy Chrisman. A kill for her, and it's 5-1 Parkland. Chrisman looking to serve here. This is up and over. Put right down there by Natalie Alexander. A long return by Kirkwood, and that was sitting right there for the taking for Alexander, and she took care of it no problem. Alexander, a 5'9" sophomore from Chatham Glenwood High School, and now the serve again by Chrisman. Bumped up by Kirkwood. And now sent across, blocked by Alexander. Parkland now with the chance. A great put down there by Warfel. Recovered by Kirkwood, and now McMillan tries to hit one across quickly. Warfel going for the buck. McMillan with a nice bump. And now Warfel over back to McMillan. This one spiked down. Kirkwood able to contact it. Now they looking to send it over. Blocked by Alexander. Now hit by Alexander. Beekman up. And now McMillan with the spike. A save by Kirkwood. And now they'll hit it over. Freeman Warfel, Alexander, now hit by Beekman. And now Alexander again. Some intense action here on this point. 6-1 Cobras. Freeman with the bump. Warfel with the set. And the spike saved there. And now it's going to be falling on Parkland's side of the net. Quite a point there. Great effort by both teams. That point will go to Kirkwood, and it's 6-2 Cobras over the Eagles. It's number 6, Casey Johnson serving for Kirkwood. Parkland handles that one, and McMillan with the spike. McMillan trying for the block. Nice spike there on the outside. That was number 16, Carly Wazak. First time I was able to call her name today. 6-3 now. Parkland with their lead over Kirkwood. And the serve, once again, it's Casey Johnson up over the net. Beekman, and now Warfel, and now Alexander sends it over. Kirkwood now struggling to make the contact. They get it over, though. And a block by Warfel, then a hit, then Freeman tries, but it hits the floor. 6-4. Kirkwood working their way back now after Parkland had a 5-point advantage at 6-1, and is now 6-4. And Johnson to serve again. There's the serve. Beekman, Warfel, and now Beekman needs to get it over, and she does. Kirkwood now with an opportunity. This one blocked at the net, but lands on the Parkland side. Warfel did make contact to it. But now Kirkwood has it to 6-5. And a quick timeout here by the Cobras. Up one in set one. Very early on, 6-5. We'll take a quick break and be back with you in just a minute. We are back here on PCTV. Chris Foster with you. My cameraman Skylar O'Connor, bringing you our second volleyball matchup of the day. 6-5, Parkland with an early lead over Kirkwood, but they are serving. Casey Johnson will send it over the net. Beekman with the hit. Warfel, and then she sets up Alexander. Alexander is blocked. Warfel again, and no one there for that, but Beekman gets it over. And now a set on the far side for Kirkwood. A great save there by Freeman, and then a nice hit by Warfel. Ashley Freeman with a great save, and then Haley Warfel with a great send over the net. And Parkland now leads 7-5, and Warfel will come back to serve. And there's the serve. Ace for Haley Warfel. 8-5 Cobras. It looks like number 16, Bella McKinney, has entered the game for Freeman after Freeman made that spectacular play. And now Haley Warfel looking to do it again as she will send it over the net. And another ace. 9-5 now, Cobras. 2 aces in a row as Kirkwood unable to handle 2 of those serves now. And Haley Warfel from Downs, Illinois, will try to do it again. 9-5 Cobras over the net. This one is not handled again. It is 10-5 Cobras. That's number 15, Sydney Brandmeier, who couldn't handle that one. And Warfel looking for another serve. This one over and not handled again. Another ace. That was Marissa Kohov. So a run of aces here by Haley Warfel that Kirkwood has not been able to handle, and they're going to call a timeout and talk about it. 11-5 Parkland after 4 straight aces from Haley Warfel. She will send an attempt for a 5th one over the net right now. This one is fielded by Kirkwood and spiked up. McEwen, Beekman, and now knocked over and a kill for Shea McMillan. Shea McMillan, the 6-foot sophomore from Wheaton, Illinois, gives the Cobras a 12-5 lead. This service started at a 7-5 lead for the Cobras, so a great run here on this Warfel serve. Warfel with a hit there, and now McMillan, no, it's McKinney, I'm sorry. Tries to send it over, now Kirkwood trying to get this one. Nice hit by McMillan. And Kirkwood sends that one back. And in for the point right at you, sitting at home on your couch. I don't know if you saw it, but that was a fantastic save by the announcer, Chris Foster. It's coming right at us. 12-6, the score. Kirkwood trying to serve themselves back in the match. We'll see what Parkland does with the return. There's Warfel, and that is McKinney. And this one is spiked down by Kirkwood. That was number 11. Madeline Boyer, I'm sorry. Madeline Boyer, 12-7. Our score, Kirkwood now within 5. And the serve, McMillan, Warfel, and now McMillan again, can't get it over the net. Cobras looked out of sync on that possession from the very beginning. And now Kirkwood has worked their way back to 12-8. So here's the serve by Boyer. And across, Beekman with the bump. Warfel with the set. McMillan with the spike, but not quite over the net. And now a run here by the Eagles. 12-9 our score. On the floor for Parkland, Anna McEwen, Haley Warfel, Addie Beekman, Bella McKinney, Haley Warfel, and Shay McMillan. So a timeout called here by the Cobras to try to stop this mini run here put on by Kirkwood. Serving to Parkland now. Kirkwood has cut the deficit to 12-9 after it was once 12-6. Beekman, Warfel, and McMillan right out of the break. Much better series of hits right there, as previously the set wasn't up as high and McMillan hit it into the net, but right out of the break, beautiful bump, beautiful set, and McMillan sent that one home. 13-9 Cobras now, and we have Addie Roche in to serve for the Cobras. This one over the net. Now Kirkwood with a spike down the outside, but it is out of bounds. That was Sydney Brandmeier with the errant hit. But that will be it for Addie Roche for now. She'll be back in to serve later. Shay McMillan back in the match for the Cobras. And now a serve here by Kirkwood over the net. McEwen, Warfel, McKinney, McMillan with the nice save, and now Beekman with the shot blocked. McMillan again, Warfel over to Beekman again. This one is blocked, but this time on Kirkwood's side of that. Now they'll try to spike it. Good job by McEwen, but right into the net, and a point for Kirkwood. 13-11, our score. Kirkwood in the light blue jerseys, Parkland in their white jerseys. And we have number 11, Madeline Boyer, serving for Kirkwood. Warfel with a nice set and a beautiful spike there by Alexander. Natalie Alexander sends that one home. 14-11 Cobras. And here comes your serve, up and over. Fielded a little far by Kirkwood, so now a chance for Parkland. McKinney is blocked at the net, though. A good block there on the Kirkwood side. That was number 15, Sydney Brandmeier. She's a freshman outside hitter from Ankeny, Iowa. Went to Des Moines Christian. So now we have Avery Knoop back to serve for Kirkwood. And Beekman with a nice hit over the net. Kirkwood now trying to set up on the outside. Saved by Warfel. Back on the Kirkwood side of that. Knoop over to A nice kill opportunity right there. That's Brandmeier again. Brandmeier starting to make her presence known here in this first set. And Kirkwood has climbed to 14-13, so a 1-point match at this time here in set number 1. And here comes Knoop with the serve, and it is deep. 15-13 now. Cobras by 2. And here comes Bella McKinney to serve for the Cobras. And over the net. Could have been deep, but Kirkwood plays it. And now Brandmeier sends it over. Warfel sets it up on the outside for Beekman, and it is deep. Almost caught a Kirkwood player, but it is out. And here comes the serve. It's over. Beekman barely gets underneath it. Warfel sets it up. Now Beekman back over the net. Out to the outside hitter. Warfel sets it nicely. Tipped back by Kirkwood there. Now Warfel setting again for Beekman. This one is tipped. Controlled by Kirkwood now. Now they're setting it up on the outside. Oh, this one hit by McKinney. And it is off the wall and out. So we are now tied at 15 here in Champaign. So a nice little start by Parkland early where they built a little lead, but Kirkwood has worked their way back to a tie here now at 15. Stats puts that one just barely over the net, and now the set to McKinney. A nice solid spike, but Kirkwood handles it. This one now McKinney, or McMillan, I'm sorry. McMillan with the hit. I'm not sure what the call is there. Looks like point. Parkland gets the point, 16-15. And Beekman back to serve. Addie is a 5'8" sophomore, and she puts that into play. Nice serve. Blocked nicely by McMillan. This one blocked as well. Freeman sets it up. Warfel over to McMillan. McMillan puts it down, and it is a point for the Cobras. Shea McMillan. And a beautiful set by Haley Warfel. And Beekman back to serve again for the Cobras. 17-15. And sent back by Kirkwood. McEwen to Warfel, over for McMillan again. This one blocked. Now sent over there by Chrisman. Kirkwood looking to send it over. Miscommunication, point Parkland. 18-15 Cobras. And Beekman back to serve again for the Cobras. And received by Kirkwood. Hit on the outside. Beekman with a nice hit. Now McMillan sends it back over. Kirkwood trying to set it up on their inside. Blocked by the Cobras, but falls on their side of the net. McMillan and Chrisman both with contact on that one, but it falls on the Cobra side. So 18-16 now our score. So we're reaching the later moments here of set 1. Parkland hanging on to a 2-point lead currently. Back to serve for Kirkwood is Natalie Hartman. She'll be sending it the Cobras' way. And here's the serve. Beekman, Warfel, and McMillan. Beautifully placed. 19-16. I feel like I'm saying Beekman, Warfel, McMillan a lot here in set 1. Chrisman to serve it over and deep. 19-17. A little too much mustard on that one for Sammy Chrisman, and she'll exit, and Anna McEwen will return. Another sophomore from Milford, Illinois. This one served across, and it's Beekman, Warfel, Alexander, and now Beekman. Warfel just sends it across. Nicely done. Warfel has done that several times today, and it has worked out well for her more times than not. 20-17 our score. Freeman will go to the bench. Looks like we have McKinney coming into the matchup. And this one over the net. And blocked by Alexander. Warfel, McMillan, now McKinney, or no, Warfel again. McEwen, now McKinney. And able to get it across is Kirkwood. McEwen sets it up for McMillan. High off of Kirkwood. They're trying to save it over the net. Can they get it? They will. And now a chance for Parkland. Beekman, Warfel sets it up nicely. McKinney hits it off of a Kirkwood player and it lands. 21-17 Cobras. Kirkwood with several nice saves on that point, but they were on the run for a good portion of that point, and Parkland finally made them pay. So 21-17 Cobras up 4 in set 1. We'll be right back with the conclusion in just a minute. We're back in Champaign. The Cobras trying to put the finishing touches on a first set victory here. They are up 21-17, but still anybody's set. Haley Warfel back to serve here for the Cobras. She had a stretch earlier in this match where she had 4 consecutive aces. We'll see what happens here. This one up and over. Bumped up by Kirkwood. Spiked on the outside. Beekman with a nice return. Now Kirkwood scrambling to get it over the net. There is McKinney. And now Alexander, and this goes high off of a Kirkwood player, and it is a point. Cobras, 22-17. We have Warfel, Beekman, McEwen, Alexander, McMillan, McKinney on the floor here for the Cobras. And Warfel set to serve. And across. And it's an ace, another ace, the 5th ace of the game. Unofficially, of course, for Haley Warfel. She'll try it again, 23-17 Cobras. This one up over the net, yes. Kirkwood with an opportunity here, this one. Nice job by McEwen. Warfel sets it up for McMillan, and it's off the Kirkwood player for the point. 24-17, a kill for Shea McMillan, and now it's set point here for the Cobras. 24-17. Warfel looking to do it again. Here we go, the set. Oh! A miss hit for the Cobras, 24-18 our score. So the Cobras will have to wait a little longer to try to finish off this set. But every set here moving forward, unless Kirkwood is able to tie the match, is a set point for the Cobras. So number 13, Gabby Smith serving for the Eagles. Up over the net, Beekman, Warfel, and Alexander, fielded by Kirkwood. They're going to try to send it over. It is sent over by Brandmeier. Beekman gets it. Alexander gets it over the net. And now set for Brandmeier again, that she hits it softly. Beekman, Warfel back set to McMillan, and it is out. Nice setup on a back set by Warfel, but just a little bit too much on it. And that makes it 24-19. And here comes the serve again for Gabby Smith. Beekman, Warfel, and McMillan finds the spot yet again. And that is the spot for a winner here for Parkland in set 1, 25-19, the final score in set 1. A nice comeback start here for the Cobras after losing their first match of the day in 5 sets. We'll see what happens in set 2 here in just a few minutes.
Stay up to date with everything Parkland College with Parkland Report.
Yes, we'd love you to come to Parkland. There's no doubt about that. But how can we serve you?
Hear from dedicated faculty and staff from all around campus.
We're so lucky to have just your wealth of experience in law enforcement.
Learn about the programs offered by your community college.
But most importantly, they have a job the entire time they're in the program and after.
Parkland Report, a show about Parkland, produced by Parkland students.
You're watching For Art's Sake.
For art's sake.
For art's sake.
For art's sake.
Step inside a world of creativity
This is an interactive piece.
Tally-type processes that I've worked with.
where every piece tells a story.
Consistent in these work is this idea of parts to a whole.
When we saw the interaction between the students and the veterans, we realized that we needed to do more.
That's what we do.
Experience Gert's Gallery and hear from the artists themselves on For Art's Sake, only on PCTV.
Welcome back to set 2 here in Champaign. The Parkland College Cobras coming into this match 22-2 after a loss earlier today, are playing the Kirkwood Eagles, who came in 13-0. Parkland wins the first set 25-19. Kirkwood now ready to serve here to start us off. And that's going to be number 8, Emily Naughton. No, I'm sorry, that's number 3, Abby Stats, serving us to start us off here. Hit across here by the Cobras. And it's Warfel. Beekman sends it across. Kirkwood now doing their best to get it back. This one hit out by Beekman, then up by McKinney, and it is out, and that will be a point for Kirkwood to start set number 2. So Abby Stats now back to serve for the Eagles. And this one up and over. Beekman, Warfel, and Chrisman. Now Kirkwood trying to return it. This one hit up for the Cobras. Beekman gets it across. And this one over here. Freeman bumps that. Warfel sets it, and it's going to be McMillan on the outside. And McEwen. Warfel. McMillan with a great kill down the side. Shea McMillan. And it's 1-1 here in set 2. Parkland won set 1, as we said, 25-19. And now it is Sammy Chrisman serving for the Cobras. And this one is up and over. And blocked by Cobras Alexander, but off of her arm and out of bounds. 2-1 in favor of Kirkwood. As Natalie Hartman comes back to serve for the Eagles. Natalie Hartman is a sophomore from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And here comes the serve. It's up and over. Freeman with a little bit of trouble, but McMillan recovers, and now it's bumped over by Warfel. Now a kill here by Kirkwood. Nice recovery by Freeman. McMillan tries to get it over. Now tapped back by Kirkwood, and they will get a point. Parkland was scrambling from the return on that. They got it over the net a few times, but Kirkwood was able to take advantage, and they now lead 3-1 here in set 2. As Natalie Hartman is back to serve again. And here comes the serve. And it is out. Too deep there by Hartman. And the Cobras will look to serve now. Down 1 point. It's 3-2. Freeman will exit. And Alexander in for the Cobras. Or make that McKinney, I'm sorry. McKinney, Bella McKinney. This one hit by Kirkwood. Back set. The spike is out of bounds. And 3-3 is our score. Parkland with an early, I take that back, 4-2. As I guess the point is Kirkwood's point. So Kirkwood with a 2-point advantage. And they're ready to serve here to the Cobras. And it's served across. McEwen. Warfel able to get some contact in it, and then McKinney sends it across. And this one hammered down by Carly Wazak. As Casey Johnson will go back to serve again. Kaylee Wazak is a freshman from Fairfax, Iowa, and a 5-2 lead now for the Eagles. And here's the serve. Up by Beekman, Warfel, and McKinney. And McMillan and Alexander trying to block. Now McMillan with the kill off of the attempted block by the Eagles. McMillan with another point for the Cobras, and it's 5-3 now. They trail by 2 here early in set 2. Going back to serve for the Cobras is number 11, Addie Roche. She comes in to serve on the rotation, and this one is hit deep. I believe that is point Cobras. It is out and point Cobras. 5-4 Kirkwood now over the Cobras. And Roche will try to serve another one over the net. And it's up and over. Kirkwood with this back set and tries to hit it. It is off of the Parkland player and out of bounds. So point Kirkwood, 6-4. Their lead here early on in set 2. It's coming towards us is Gabby Smith, ready to serve here for the Eagles. And Gabby's bouncing the ball and ready to send it across the net. McEwen, Warfel, Alexander, handled here by Kirkwood. Now their chance to send it back, and that is handled by the Cobras. McEwen, and now it's going to be over the net by McKinney. And unable to tap it over is number 11, Madeline Boyer for Kirkwood, and that is point Parkland. 6-5 our score now. Parkland trailing by 1, and the service will go to Anna McEwen here, and she sends that up and over the net. Kirkwood looking to finish it off. Blocked by Beekman. Back in Kirkwood's area. Beekman trying for the block again. Nice job by Warfel. Now McEwen, and that's Beekman. Kirkwood trying to get it back over the net now. Blocked by Parkland, and then knocked out of bounds. So that was on the outside. That was Brandmeier for Kirkwood. And that was just a little too much to handle for Parkland that time. And it's 7-5 Kirkwood as Madeline Boyer comes back to serve from Quincy, Illinois. Warfel gets it over to Chrisman, and now trying to get it over the net. Warfel sets it over, trying to find the empty corner. A nice save there by Kirkwood, and now Parkland trying to finish off a point here. Chrisman over, saved by Kirkwood. Brandmeier with a spike, and here we go, and it's on the outside. That is McKinney, but too much mustard on it, and point Kirkwood. She was going for that outside corner and a little bit too much on it. Now Boyer will serve again here for Kirkwood. Up and over. Beekman, Warfel, Chrisman, and looks like a net call on Parkland. So 9-5 now. Kirkwood building a little bit of a lead here early on in set 2. And a timeout called by the Cobras. Kirkwood leading Parkland 9-5 in set 2. Cobras took set 1, so they're up 1-0, but Kirkwood looking to even up the score here. And now the serve by Madeline Boyer. And a good setup for Shea McMillan. That is the second time today, at least in this match with Kirkwood, that Parkland's come right out of a timeout, and it's been a perfect setup for a spike for McMillan. McKinney with an ace. And the score is quickly 9-7 as Bella McKinney, who didn't play a lot early on in sets 1 and 2, but about set 3 she came in, and she's been in pretty consistently since. And this one is blocked down by number 16, Carly Wazak. A powerful block there by her. And that puts our score back to 10-7 as Avery Knoop enters in to serve for Kirkwood. And here comes the serve, up and over, and it is deep. 10-8 And the service will return back to Parkland. It'll be Addie Beekman on that side. Beekman will try to get the Cobras closer here as they trail by 2 in set 2. Up and over the net. A little bit of a curve on that one. Noop now gets it over by Kirkwood. Freeman, Warfel, and Chrisman, but it is a little bit too deep as Chrisman got too much on that one. And that puts us back to 11-8. It's like Brandon Brandmeier is going to come out as Abby Stats comes in to serve. And here's the hit by Stats. Looks like Freeman needs to get it over, and it's going to be out. A little out of sync from the beginning on that point for the Cobras. And now Stats will look to build on a 4-point lead as she is set to serve again for the Eagles. 12-8, our score in favor of Kirkwood. But this one goes into the net. 12-9. And Sammy Chrisman will go back to serve for Parkland. Here's the serve, and it's straight into the net. So a couple of service errors, one by Kirkwood and one by Parkland, keeps our score at 13-9, a 4-point margin here. It's Natalie Hartman is ready to serve it away for Kirkwood. And the serve. Freeman. Warfel trying with the sneak attack. This time it does not work. And then this one is spiked out of bounds. Is it Kirkwood's outside hitter number 6, Casey Johnson, was trying to find that corner, but unsuccessfully. And that makes our score 13-10. And it's time for Ashley Freeman to go to the bench and McKinney to come back in for her. Here comes Haley Warfel. Warfel right into the net. So coming off the last game where she had 5 aces, that went into the net for Warfel. Both teams having some trouble serving here in set 2. But so far it's worked to Kirkwood's advantage more as they lead 14-10 over the Cobras. This one over the net. McEwen, Warfel, McKinney gets it over. Now Kirkwood with a chance for a good setup here. And it is nicely saved by Beekman, now hit back by Kirkwood. Warfel with the set, and it is McMillan blocked at the net by number 11, Madeline Boyer. That will put us at 15-10, a 5-point lead for Kirkwood. I believe their largest margin of the set. Parkland won set 1 25-19, but they find themselves down 15-10 here in set 2 to the Kirkwood Eagles. See if they can reverse their fortune here as Kirkwood serves. And it looks like an ace for the Eagles, 16-10. As Casey Johnson is serving for Kirkwood. And they've built a 6-point lead now. Up and over the net. Beekman. Warfel, and now over by McMillan. Good job there by Beekman. Now Warfel setting it up, and it's going to be McKinney hitting it over. And I believe that was called in the net on the Parkland side. I don't know if McKinney got into the net, but that makes it 17-10. So Kirkwood starting to build a commanding lead here in set 2. McEwen, Warfel, and then McMillan. That's the way Parkland wants to see it. That's the way they draw it up. We've called it a lot today, and we did it again there, 17-11. We're going to need to see some more of that here in set 2 if Parkland wants to climb back in. Here comes Roche with the serve. And tapped over by Kirkwood. Beekman, Warfel, Alexander. And now Kirkwood looking for the hit on the outside. Blocked by Parkland and out. That was Carly Wazak. And that'll take us to 17. 18-11 our score. As Gabby Smith comes back by us to serve it away. And here comes the serve from the Eagles, up and over. Beekman up, Warfel the set, and tapped back behind by McMillan. Kirkwood didn't fall for it though, and then a beautiful setup for Wazak again. Wazak and Brandmeier have shown some power in this matchup for the Eagles, and they now have a 19-11 lead. So they're up 8 on the Cobras. And across and out. Too much mustard on that one for Gabby Smith. I'll try to make that the last time I say too much mustard. 19-12 our score. Parkland needs to put a run together here. So they're down 7 in set 2. McEwen with the serve. Up and spiked down by Kirkwood. Back over. Nicely set up as there was a back tap by Kirkwood. It was kind of right over the net, but they just kind of tapped it straight up, and then they hammered it down for the point. So Kirkwood in good shape here in set 2 as we're at 20-12 as Madeline Boyer back again to serve here for the Eagles, and they're up 8 on the Cobras. And McEwen, McKinney, and McMillan does get it across. Back set for Kirkwood, but that one's going to be deep. So that was number 5, Chloe Baez. And it's 20-13 now. Cobras serving, but that one goes deep. I believe that was Bella McKinney. And she will be removed now as number 7, Ashley Freeman, returns to the game. 21-13 as Avery Knoop ready to serve here for the Eagles. And the serve. McEwen set up by Warfel. And now this one is not handled as it was Chrisman able to hit it over, and they could not get the ball back. The Eagles with a good effort there, but just came a little short of the net. And this is probably the time that Parkland needs to make a run if they're going to make it. Down 7 here late in set 2 with the serve. Beekman over the net. Knoop sets it up. Spiked down by Kirkwood, but Beekman sends it right back. Knoop with a set. And spiked down by Brandmeier for Kirkwood. 22-14. And it looks like another change here for the Eagles as number 3, Abby Stats, will come in once again to serve with an 8-point lead, 3 points away from winning set 2. And an ace for Stats, Abby Stats with an ace. She's from Bettendorf, Iowa. The whole roster, except for 2 players, are from Iowa. The rest of 2 others are from Illinois. And it's another ace for Abby Stats, taking a page out of the book of Haley Warfel in set 1, who had 5 aces in set 1, 4 in a row. Stats will be trying for her 3rd in a row, and this is set point as they lead 24-14. Over the net. This one is handled by Freeman. Warfel sends it over, and McMillan. Now McMillan up for the block. Saved by Freeman. Warfel sends it over to McMillan again. This one is into the net, though, and that will be 25-14. That will be set 2. So Kirkwood recovers as Parkland won set 1 25-19. They win set 2 25-15. We'll be back for set 3 here in just a minute.
Stay up to date with everything Parkland College with Parkland Report
Yes, we'd love you to come to Parkland. There's no doubt about that. But how can we serve you?
Hear from dedicated faculty and staff from all around campus.
We're so lucky to have just your wealth of experience in law enforcement.
Learn about the programs offered by your community college.
But most importantly, they have a job the entire time they're in the program and after.
Parkland Report, a show about Parkland, produced by Parkland students.
You're watching For Art's Sake.
For art's sake.
For art's sake.
For art's sake.
Step inside a world of creativity
This is an interactive piece.
Tally-type processes that I've worked with.
where every piece tells a story.
Consistent in these works is this idea of parts to a whole.
When we saw the interaction between the students and the veterans, we realized that we needed to do more.
That's what we do.
Experience Gert's Gallery and hear from the artists themselves on For Art's Sake, only on PCTV.
We're back in Champaign for set number 3 between the Parkland College Cobras and the Kirkwood Eagles. A set apiece here, Parkland 1, set 1, Kirkwood set 2. We're set for set 3. How many times can you say set in a sentence? Parkland trying to recover from a loss that they had earlier today to Des Moines Area Community College, but it's been a great day of volleyball so far. Very good action. All ranked teams so far in our matchups, and now Beekman will start us off in set 3. This one blocked by the Cobras at the net, but it gets through, and it's 1-0 Kirkwood to start set 3. And we'll start with number 7, Natalie Hartman, back to serve for the Eagles. Parkland has their lineup of McEwen, Freeman, Beekman, Chrisman, Warfel, and McMillan. McMillan was the one on that spike that was blocked at the net by Kirkwood, so now a 2-0 lead by Kirkwood. And here comes the serve. Up, and Freeman bumps it. Now McEwen, and now it's going to be up to McMillan to get it over. She does. And a nice spike there by number 11 from Kirkwood. That was Madeline Boyer. She found a hole in the Parkland defense, and it's quickly 3-0 in favor of the Eagles. And the serve. Freeman and Beekman kind of fight over it, and now it's hit into the net by McEwen. Lack of communication right there by the Cobras. Started that point off at a bad point, and now they quickly trail 4-0 here in set 2, or 3. After winning set 1, they lose set 2, and now trail 4-0 here in set 3. This one is up. It's going to be Freeman who handles that one. And now Warfel sends it over to McMillan. She finds a spot, but it's handled by Kirkwood. Now they're going to look to hit it down. Blocked beautifully by the Cobras. Maybe that will get us going here in set 2. A good block right back into the face of Natalie Hartman. She seemed to smile about it immediately, so she shook it off immediately and appreciated the effort by her opponents. So here we go with Chrisman up and over the net. Hit by Kirkwood, now trying to send it back. Blocked by Parkland, but over the net. Warfel sets it for Alexander. Now over to McMillan. McMillan trying to find a spot. Kirkwood trying to get it over. They get it over, and it's Beekman. Warfel with a surprise set over, but Kirkwood is ready for it. And a spike by Kirkwood, tipped by the Cobras, so it will be point Eagles. Looks like McEwen back in as Chrisman goes to the bench. And number 6, Casey Johnson, serving it up for the Eagles right into the net. 5-2. And it'll be time for Freeman to exit. And McKinney will come back in, Bella McKinney. And Warfel now. Almost another ace. This one blocked at the net by Alexander, but off of her hand and onto the Parkland side. So 6-2 our score. As Cliff Hastings is looking on, head coach of the Cobras, Hall of Fame head coach, as well as the rest of his coaching staff. Ron Hoppy Hastings, Sydney Heck, Shelby Bulby, Heather Aldridge, and Amanda Smith. And here comes the serve from the Eagles. Beekman. And now McMillan sends it over. Blocked by Alexander. Now it's McKinney. McMillan blocked at the net. McEwen. And now a blow of the whistle. It looks like point Parkland. It looks like maybe in the net for Kirkwood. And number 11 making her normal substitution here is Addie Roche is in to serve for the Cobras. Shay McMillan will go to the bench. And up and over is Roche. And spiked down, but saved by McEwen and set over to Beekman. Beekman off of the Kirkwood defender and down to the ground for a point. And we are at 6-4 now as Parkland trying to work their way back. Roche to serve again. And here's the serve, up, over, and in. An ace for Addie Roche as she finds the line. Kirkwood decided to let it go, and it hit the line, and we are at 6-5 now. Roche serving to try to tie up this match for the Cobras. Up and over, set up by Kirkwood, and knocked down by Alexander, but Kirkwood recovering, they'll bump it over. McKinney, Warfel, Beekman for the point. 6-6, well done by the Cobras. So again, in the front, we have Beekman, McKinney, and Alexander. And then we have Roche serving, and we have McMillan and McEwen. Not McEwen, we have Warfel. Lots of mix on this Parkland team. McKinney, McMillan, McEwen. Roche serving now. Parkland with the lead now. On a run here is at 7-6. This one is up, over, and Kirkwood looking to return it. Brandmeier sends it back in. Spike down. Good job by Roche. Warfel sets it for Beekman. Beekman trying to find it down the line, but it is recovered on by Kirkwood. There is McKinney setting it up for Alexander. Off of the Kirkwood player, I believe. And that is point Parkland. 8-6. So a nice run Parkland is on here, being spearheaded by the serve of Roche. And Roche serves again, set up for Kirkwood. Blocked by Alexander, but onto the floor on the Parkland side of the court. So 8-7. But nonetheless, a good service run by Addie Roche. And Parkland now has an 8-7 lead as Madeline Boyer steps up to serve for Kirkwood to see if she can start moving things back in their direction. McEwen with a set. And now Beekman tried to get it over, but she was deep in the court and couldn't get it over the net. And we are now tied at 8. And here we go with Boyer serving again. Beekman, Warfel, and they're going to call Warfel in the net. So now a lead for Kirkwood. Back and forth we go. (9-8), set 3, a set apiece between two of the top teams in NJCAA volleyball. Top programs. Alexander tries to kill that one, but Kirkwood survived. A great block there by McKinney, but unfortunately, no contact by Kirkwood, so that lands out of bounds, out on the Cobras, and that's a point for Kirkwood, and they now lead 10-8. Beekman with the bump. And now the set. McKinney knocked back over by Beekman. McEwen, McEwen, Warfel, and then Alexander tried to pop it over, but unable to do so. And now an 11-8 lead as Parkland roared back to take a lead, but now it's Kirkwood on a run. 11-8 in favor of Kirkwood in set 3, tied at a set apiece. And it is Boyer serving again here to the Cobras as Kirkwood on a little bit of a run. Warfel sets it up for Alexander. Nicely blocked by Kirkwood. And now they're trying to recover. They got that over. Good job by McMillan, and then set over by Warfel. Now Kirkwood with a chance. This one blocked at the net by Alexander, but lands on the Parkland side, 12-8. Alexander's had some bad luck today. She's had several blocks that have not found the right side of the court. 12-8. Kirkwood ready to serve it again. Up and over. McEwen, Warfel, and McMillan gets it over. Now a setup for an opportunity for Kirkwood. And it's wonderfully played there by number 16, Carly Wazak. She's had a lot of big kills today, and she fooled them with a soft one there. And now the lead is 5 for Kirkwood, 13-8. And the serve. McEwen, Warfel, and Beekman off of the Kirkwood hand, but they have recovered here. Now they're looking to set something up. Brandmeier serves it over. Warfel sends it back over to Brandmeier again. This one is spiked, hit nicely by McMillan. And now this one blocked at the net, and this time it pays off for Alexander. 13-9. As Anna McEwen comes back to serve here for the Cobras. And the serve. Nicely played here by Kirkwood. McEwen sets it up for Beekman. Beekman finds a spot. Now Kirkwood has recovered, trying to send it over. Brandmeier sends it over. McKinney. And now it's going to have to be just tapped over by McEwen. Now Kirkwood trying to find it. Brandmeier again. And she hits it deep. Point Parkland, 13-10. So McEwen will come back to the service line and try to do it again here for the Cobras. And the hit. Brandmeier bumps it. And now hit over. It's going to be McKinney, and now Beekman for the point. What's the call? Point Parkland. Seemed to be a little bit of confusion. I saw a red flag go up. Coach Hastings talking with the official over here. Parkland, nonetheless, Parkland back to serve. I believe it's 13-10 that they trail by. Kirkwood now. There's McMillan, Warfel, and Beekman off of the Kirkwood player yet again, and another point. That outside play here on the left side with Beekman seems to be working for Parkland here in set 2. A timeout by Kirkwood now to try to stop the momentum that Parkland is now building. Parkland trying to climb back into set 3. It's 13-11. Parkland serving, but this one is wide. So out of the break, Parkland loses the serve, and it's now 14-11 as that one could not find the field of play for Anna McEwen. Here comes Knoop, serving it for Kirkwood. Off the net, McEwen. And now Haley with a back tap over to McKinney. McKinney tries to block it, but Brandmeier was ready for that, and Brandmeier sends that one home. 15-11 our score. Kirkwood back to a 4-point lead. At the midway point of set 3, Parkland won set 1, Kirkwood set 2, and now Kirkwood leads set 3 by 4. Riley Reese now re-entering the game for Bella McKinney. And here's the serve. McEwen, Warfel, and Beekman. She's been having some great hits on the outside here. Brandmeier with a finish there. It was a block by the Cobras, but unfortunately it landed out of bounds. 16-11 in favor of Kirkwood. Knoop sends it over. McEwen over the net. Noops. And now blocked by the Cobras, but out of bounds. And now Kirkwood starting to build a bigger lead, 17-11. It's been quite a game of runs. Kirkwood just called a timeout to stop Parkland's run, and now Parkland is calling a timeout to try to stop Kirkwood's run. 17-11 Eagles over the Cobras. We'll be right back in just a minute here on PCTV. We are back in Champaign. Cobras trying to turn the momentum here in set 3 as they trail by 6, 17-11. Avery Knoop serving again here for the Eagles. Up and over the net. McEwen to Beekman, and now it's Reese. Off the block, and Kirkwood trying to get it over. They do get it over. Reese with the bump. Warfel sends it over to Beekman. And there we go again on the outside with Beekman hitting it off the block. Well done, 17-12. That's definitely a play that's been working here in set 3 as Ashley Freeman re-enters the matchup here for the Cobras. And she'll be looking to serve the Cobras closer to the Eagles here as they're down 5 in set 3. 17-12 our score. And now the whistle, so we're set to go, and the serve, up and over. Knoop back sets it, and this is way deep. She set it up for Chloe Baez, but that one was out of bounds. So 17-13. And Freeman will look to do it again, up and over. And Brandmeier can't handle that one, 17-14. We're approaching the definitely the point of set 3 where Parkland needs to make a run. They can't give Kirkwood too many more chances as they are 8 points away from 25. Freeman, this one curves a little bit, but goes out of bounds. So she lost the handle on that one just a little bit, and that puts us at 18-14. Abby Stats in to serve for Kirkwood. She had a couple of aces in a row the last time she served. This one up and over and into the net. 18-15. So now a chance for Parkland to get closer here as Addie Beekman back to serve for the Cobras. And here's the shot. Up and over. Set up nicely. Almost out of bounds, but Kirkwood able to keep it in, but then a miscommunication on the Parkland side. A nice play there by Marissa Cahoy to knock it back over the net for the Eagles. Unfortunately, the Cobras miscommunicated and let that one drop. And now it's 19-15 Eagles. Up and over the net. Freeman sets it up. Warfel now, and now it's going to be Beekman sending it over. And a chance for Kirkwood here. Blocked by the Cobras. And it looks like it. Net called on Kirkwood. So it's 19-16. Sammy Chrisman sends it over, and that's going to be deep. and 20-16. So some serving woes continue here for the Cobras in set 3. They've definitely had some high periods and some low periods with some good aces, but they've also had a series of mishits. Freeman with a nice little bump, and now Alexander's hit is blocked at the net by the Eagles. And they now sit with a 5-point lead, 21-16. Casey Johnson serves it across for the Eagles. Beekman over to McMillan, blocked. McEwen's got it. Now back to McMillan again. This one's sent over. Kirkwood now trying to send it their way. This one is hit to the far corner for a point. And Kirkwood finds themselves 3 points away from a set 3 victory. Again, we will be due for another set as Parkland won set 1. Kirkwood did win 2, and they're inching closer to winning set 3. This one is in. An ace for Kirkwood. Parkland let that one go, thought it was going to be deep, but it lands in play, and it's 23-16. And here comes the next serve. Freeman, Warfel, and Alexander. Nice save, though, on the Kirkwood side. And this one hit by McEwen, and then Freeman misjudges it. She kind of lost her footing and slipped just when she was getting ready to hit it. And it is now set point for Kirkwood, 24-16. So Parkland's going to have to make a big run here if they're going to want to have any chance in set 3. We'll see what happens. Here's the serve. Beekman, Warfel over to McMillan, straight into the net. And that is set point for Kirkwood, 25-16. 2 sets Kirkwood, 1 set Parkland. We'll see if we can tie it up when we come back after this short break.
Stay up to date with everything Parkland College with Parkland Report.
Yes, we'd love you to come to Parkland. There's no doubt about that. But how can we serve you?
Hear from dedicated faculty and staff from all around campus.
We're so lucky to have just your wealth of experience in law enforcement.
Learn about the programs offered by your community college.
But most importantly, they have a job the entire time they're in the program and after.
Parkland Report, a show about Parkland, produced by Parkland students.
You're watching For Art's Sake.
For art's sake.
For art's sake.
For art's sake.
Step inside a world of creativity
This is an interactive piece.
Tally-type processes that I've worked with.
where every piece tells a story.
Consistent in these work is this idea of parts to a whole.
When we saw the interaction between the students and the veterans, we realized that we needed to do more.
That's what we do.
Experience Gert's Gallery and hear from the artists themselves on For Art's Sake, only on PCTV.
We are back in Champaign. Much like Parkland's earlier match, they needed to win set 4 to force a set 5, and they did. We'll see if they can do the same thing here against Kirkwood that they did against Des Moines. So 2 sets for Kirkwood, 1 for Parkland, and we're getting ready to kick off set 4. Looks like we will start on the Kirkwood side. Abby Statz, who's had a great day serving, will start us off in set 4. Parkland awaits the serve, and up and over we go. Freeman and Warfel with a sneaky shot, and it's gonna get Kirkwood on their toes, but they're able to get it over. But then a big spike by McMillan. We didn't see too many of those in set 3. They were going to Beekman more in set 3, and that was working on the outside, but we're gonna have to see more of that from McMillan here in set 4. The Parkland Cobras want to send this to a deciding set. So 1-0 Parkland. Just the very beginning stages of set 4. And Sammy Chrisman from Urbana, Illinois, Urbana High School. The Tigers ready to serve here. And ace for Sammy Chrisman. Two to nothing Parkland. And here comes the serve by Chrisman. This one, another ace by Chrisman. This happened earlier in the day. And set 1, that's kind of what gave the Cobras their lead that they held on to. That was Haley Warfel. But Kirkland's Natalie Hartman having troubles with that one. It's 3-0, but now Parkland hits it into the net. So they stopped their own momentum with the air. Forced air there, unforced air, I should say. And it's 3-1 now. And now Hartman will try to make up for her miss hit here as she is serving. Up and over we go. Freeman sets it. Beekman, and now McMillan gets it over. Freeman sets it, and now a great job by Warfel to send it over. And spiked down by Kirkwood. Hit over by Warfel. Scrambling as Kirkwood, they're going to get it over though. And then McEwen, Warfel, and now McMillan. And now it's again Kirkwood. And that spike finds the out of bounds area, and it's 4-1 Parkland. Kirkwood was scrambling for much of that point, and it finally paid off for the Cobras as Ashley Freeman goes to the sideline. And here we go with Haley Warfel serving for the Cobras. And another ace for the Cobras and Haley Warfel. I believe that is maybe her 6th of the day. 5-1 Cobras. Warfel set to serve it away again. And the serve up and over. Hit back by Kirkwood on the outside. This one is going to be out of bounds. 6-1 Cobras. That was number 12, Marissa Cahoy, trying to find that corner, but she just mishit it a little bit. And advantage Parkland here early on. And it could be another ace. Oh, they're going to be able to field this one though. They get it over, but now a chance for Parkland. McEwen sends it to McMillan, and she places it nicely. Beautifully done by Shea. And it's 7-1 Cobras. And a quick timeout by Kirkwood as they find themselves down 6. We'll see if they can turn it around or if the Cobras can send us to a 5th set. The Cobras lead the Eagles 7-1 in set 4. They trail 2 sets to 1, so they need to have the set to send it to set number 5. Serving for the Cobras right now is Haley Warfel. She's had a couple of aces here. And let's see what happens with this serve. It is up, and Warfel will bump it. McEwen gets it. Now Reese sends it over. And now Kirkwood trying to set it up on the outside. This one is hit, and I think they found the corner. They did. Kirkwood found the corner on that one, so that stops the Parkland run. And it's 7-2 now. And we've seen several times today as Parkland has gone on a run, then Kirkwood turns right around and goes on one as well. So we'll see what happens here. Beekman. And now McMillan with a good spike, but it's recovered on by Kirkwood, and Parkland cannot handle that as they partially blocked it and then tried to recover, but were not able to. And that will send Casey Johnson back to serve for the second time here for Kirkwood as they've got it to 7-3. And here's the serve, up and over. That's Beekman. And up and over the net. Oh, it bounced around. I thought Reese was going to have a point there. She hits that one right back. And that one is going to be out. Too much power on that one. 8-3. Cobras. And Addie Roche in to serve. She had a nice run in the previous set that got the Cobras back in it for a little while. But this one, oh, I thought they were going to let it go. Looked like it was going to go out, but Kirkwood mishits it now on their return as Marissa Cahoy. And now it's 9-3 Cobras as Roche will step back to serve again. Roche, McEwen, Beekman, Reese. This one is up, and that falls on the Kirkwood side. It's hard to see that one, but yes, it fell short of the net, so another point for the Cobras. Reese, Alexander, Beekman, McEwen, Warfel, and now the serve by Roche. And up, right off of the vent, an ace. Kirkwood looking a little out of sorts here in set number 4. And it's an 11-3 lead for the Cobras. Roche serves it up and over. And a bump by Kirkwood, a set. A nice looking spike there by Carly Wazak. That's more of what we've been seeing from Kirkwood here. So they're going to try to reel the Cobras back in here as they trail 11-4 here. Still in the early stages of set 4. Parkland down 2-1. And back to serve for the Eagles is Gabby Smith from Dubuque, Iowa. Dubuque it is, I know it's Dubuque. And Reese sends that through. And Beekman decides to hit it over. Blocked by Alexander. Kirkwood looking to recover. This one's hit over. And it's Warfel, McEwen, and Reese sends it over. And Brandmeier sends it down the line off of Warfel for an Eagle point. 11-5. And Smith with the serve. McEwen with the bump. Warfel with the set. Alexander is blocked at the net. I believe that was Brandmeier with the block. Also in the area was Madeline Boyer. And now here comes Kirkwood. 11-6. And the serve. McEwen with the bump. Warfel with the set. And Beekman hits it over. And now Brandmeier hits it across. That is McMillan, and now Beekman. And that's going to be a point for Parkland. A nice save initially on the Beekman spike, but then Kirkwood couldn't handle it out of the net. And it's 12-6. Back serving for Parkland is McEwen. This one is up just barely over the net, but it clears, and now a nice setup for Brandmeier. Blocked at the net by Chrisman, and now Beekman sends it over. And Chrisman waiting again, Chrisman and Reese. This one up and over. McMillan, and a set now for Beekman on the outside. That one handled, and now off of Parkland and out of bounds. That was Wazak on the outside that made that happen for Kirkwood. 12-7. As Madeline Boyer is looking to get the Eagles closer. That's McMillan, and now back set, and Beekman sends it across. This one spiked into the net there on the outside, and it's going to be point Parkland. 13-7. Reese leaves, and Ashley Freeman re-enters the fray. She's looking to serve this one over the net. Up and over it goes. And the Eagles with a back set to Wazak. Handled by the Cobras. Nice job there once again by number 13, Haley Warfel. Catching them sleeping. 14-7 Cobras. I'm assuming Eagles sleep. Do Eagles sleep? I don't know. And Freeman, this one served out of bounds. I've had these animal things running in my head all day. I'm like, earlier I was like, so a cobra versus a bear. I don't know. Actually, obviously the bear's bigger, but I actually think a Cobra would win. Because he could just bite the bear, right? And then go. And now we got an eagle and a Cobra. The eagles fly, so I don't know. Freeman with the bump. And sent over by Beekman. I think they called net on Kirkwood, so it's Point Parkland. 15-8. So Parkland will now look to build on this lead as Beekman looking to serve up and over the net. Kirkwood with a nice setup. Noop sends it up. Nicely done there by Kirkwood, and Parkland cannot get over to play that. Oh. Not sure who knocked that in for Kirkwood, but that was a strong kill. And that will send Abby Stats, who's in once again. She comes in to serve, and she's done a good job today. So let's hope that Parkland can survive her service turn here, because she's done some good work for the Eagles today. Nicely done! As number 22, Sammy Crispin, puts an end to Stats' service run quickly this time. And it's now 16-9 Cobras. Crispin will now go back to serve. And it's off. Stats sends it up. Noop. And now hammered down there by number 5, Chloe Baez. 16-10. Back to serve now, Natalie Hartman. McEwen back in for the Cobras. McEwen and Freeman and Beekman on the deep side. That's one set up there by Haley, and it is spiked down by McMillan. Shea McMillan with a big point for the Cobras, 17-10. So we have McMillan, Alexander, Reese just comes in for Freeman, and then we have Warfel, McEwen, and Beekman. So here's the serve into the net for Warfel, 17-11. And the service will come back towards Kirkwood. And we have number 16, Carly Wazak, back in, and Noop will go to the bench for the Eagles. And here's the serve, up and over. Beekman bumps it up. Haley with the set. Knocked over by Alexander. A struggle to get it over, but Heartland does. And now again, a beautiful set down the line by Reese. Set up beautifully once again by Warfel. 18-11. Cobras by 7 here in set 4. 7 points away from sending us to a 5th and deciding set. Here comes Roche. Just clips the net, and it's over. Reese sends it up, and then Alexander with the kill. So a little bit of lady luck on the serve. It sneaks over the net. Kirkwood struggles with the return because of that, and then that set Parkland up with a nice opportunity to finish that point. 19-11 Parkland. This one is not handled. Another ace by Addie Roche. She's had some great service turns here today, and she's in the middle of another one. 20-11 Parkland, and this one is sent over. Set here by Kirkwood, bumped up, now sent over. McEwen, and knocked over by Beekman. This one sent over, blocked down by Reese, but out of bounds. Point Kirkwood. 20-12 our score. McMillan back in the matchup as Roche goes back to the bench. Her serving has been big today, though, for Parkland. 20-12. And Gabby Smith sends it over. And that one sneaks over the net for the Cobras. Now Kirkwood will struggle. They'll send it over to Brandmeier. Blocked by the Cobras, but out of bounds. Brandmeier puts that one away, and we are at 20-13. Alexander will exit, And in comes number 15, Sophia Ray. That's a name we have not called today. Beekman. Right over to Reese. Now Brandmeier trying to recover. That one is out. Point Parkland. She tried to go down that line, but she missed it. And it's 21-13 Cobras. Anna McEwen with the serve. Kirkwood with the bump, set it up. Blocked by Parkland, but out of bounds. Nicely done there by number 11, Madeline Boyer. And she'll go back to serve. 21-14, a 7-point lead for the Cobras here late in set 4. And the serve. That's one mishandled by Beekman. 21-15. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout, Parkland, to talk about it. 4 points away from a set 4 victory. They don't want to let it get away. Kirkwood down 21-15, trying to serve themselves back into set 4. Parkland trying to finish it off and send us to set 5. Madeline Boyer sends it off, and it goes deep, 22-15. Cobras 3 points away now. And we will have Ashley Freeman entering in, and she will be back to serve here for the Cobras. Here's the serve, up and over. Set up here on the outside for Wazak. Good job by McEwen. And now Beekman is blocked at the net though, and it is point Kirkwood, 22-16. In for her service turn is Avery Knoop from Dysart, Iowa. And here is the serve, up and over. Freeman gets it, and McEwen, and now it's Beekman. Knoop up, tipped by the Cobras, and another point for Kirkwood. 22-17. Still a little bit of pad here for the Cobras, but they don't want to let the Eagles get too much closer. So here we go with the serve, up and over. Freeman. And to the outside, Beekman, deflected. Kirkwood able to handle it. This one put down by Baez. Baez again, and now in the corner. Beekman finding the spot. And the Cobras inch closer to a set 4 victory here, 23-17. And Beekman now will go back to serve. And Harrisburg handles it, and Brandmeier with a major spike, but it is out of bounds on the far side. And Parkland is now 1 point away from sending this to another 5th set like we did earlier today against Des Moines. Here's the serve by Beekman. Brandmeier. Knoop hits it back. Baez knocks it down. A nice play by Knoop there. That was going right in towards the net. She knocked it back towards Kirkwood's side, and then Baez hit a nice ball to get a point for the Eagles. 24-17. Parkland just needs to secure a point here. All right, we are back, 24-19. Cobras need a point, 1 point to win this 4th set to send us to set 5. Serving here for Kirkwood is Abby Stats. Beekman up, set across, and it is McMillan trying to do the finisher, but it's going to be recovered by Kirkwood, and they will set it down. Casey Johnson, 24-19. Here comes Stats, ready to serve. Warfel and the Cobras await the serve. Here it comes. Freeman, Warfel, and McMillan. Set back by Kirkwood. McEwen, Beekman, and then Freeman is able to send it back. We'll see what happens here on the return. Set back for Kirkwood. Good job here by Parkland. Sent back over the net. Knoop sends it over. Baez, McEwen, and now Haley finds the spot. Haley Warfel for the set 4 victory. 25-19, the Cobras win set 4. We'll be right back with set 5 in just a few minutes.
Stay up to date with everything Parkland College with Parkland Report.
Yes, we'd love you to come to Parkland. There's no doubt about that. But how can we serve you?
Hear from dedicated faculty and staff from all around campus.
We're so lucky to have just your wealth of experience in law enforcement.
Learn about the programs offered by your community college.
But most importantly, they have a job the entire time they're in the program and after.
Parkland Report, a show about Parkland, produced by Parkland students.
You're watching For Art's Sake.
For art's sake.
For art's sake.
For art's sake.
Step inside a world of creativity
This is an interactive piece.
Tally-type processes that I've worked with.
where every piece tells a story.
Consistent in these work is this idea of parts to a whole.
When we saw the interaction between the students and the veterans, we realized that we needed to do more.
That's what we do.
Experience Gert's Gallery and hear from the artists themselves on For Art's Sake, only on PCTV.
We are back for set 5. Another exciting conclusion to a Parkland match, just like we had earlier today. Kirkwood will start off, and it's Abby Stats, who's had a great serving day for the Eagles, up over the net. McEwen loses with a miss-hit quarter, but they do get it under control, but Beekman can't get it over the net, so 1-0 Kirkwood. Stats serving for the Eagles. They also have Natalie Hartman on the floor. Avery Knoop. Up front, it looks like number 12, Marissa Cahoy, number 6, Casey Johnson. And here's the serve. McEwen again with a little bit of a miss hit. Warfel able to get it back though. Beekman gets it over this time. Baez also on the court for Kirkwood. And Warfel sends it across, and Chrisman gets it over. Knoop over, and nice job by McEwen. Warfel over, and looks like it is out. No, it is in. 1-1 as Parkland gets that call. That one is in play. On the Cobra side, it'll be Sammy Chrisman serving. We have Haley Warfel, Natalie Alexander, Shay McMillan, Ashley Freeman, and Addie Beekman. This one, Freeman up. Warfel set up nicely to Alexander. Fielded by Kirkwood here. This one blocked by Alexander. Alexander now moving over. McMillan with a good block. Knoop gets it up though, and now it's going to be hit on the outside. Beekman gets it up. McMillan, and now Beekman over the net. Fielded by Kirkwood again. And this one is point Kirkwood. A great point by both teams, but Kirkwood made the big play there at the end to earn that point. 2-1 our score, as Natalie Hartman comes back to serve for the Eagles. Awaiting it is Beekman. Beekman with the bump. And McMillan gets the point. Kirkwood's asking about a net. Their coach is asking about a net. They're telling Coach Anderson that it is point Parkland. So it is 2-2 as Riley Reese comes back in and Ashley Freeman goes to the bench. And here we go with Warfel on the serve. This one is hit out of play, but evidently it was off a Parkland player. So that is point Kirkwood. I thought that went out, but I guess Parkland deflected it. So it's 3-2 Kirkwood as Casey Johnson comes back to serve from Maysville, Iowa. Yep. And it's McEwen. Warfel and Beekman sends it across. Now up for Kirkwood. Spike down. Nice job by Beekman. And now Warfel. And across by McMillan. Kirkwood this time gets in the net. And it is point Parkland. 3-3 our score. And in comes Addie Roche. She's been a big lift for Parkland when she's come in to serve today, so we'll see what happens here in set 5. Up over the net. Kirkwood with the bump, the back set, and the spike, and it is in play for a point for Kirkwood. 4-3 Eagles. Actually, I take that back. 4-3 Cobras. The point is awarded to Parkland. And the serve. Reese. And point Cobras. 5-3 Parkland. I apologize on that previous one. The excitement of the Kirkwood bench told me that that was a point for Kirkwood, but it was a point for Parkland. And after that serve, it is now 5-3, and Roche will serve again, up and over. And it is an ace for Roche. 6-3. As number 3, Abby Stats made the decision to let that one go, and it landed right in play. 6-3 Cobras. Roche looking to send another good serve over the net, and into the net it goes. Maybe I jinxed her. 6-4. And number 13 and 15 enter the game for Kirkwood. 13 is coming back to serve. That's Gabby Smith. 15 is Sydney Brandmeier. She's been a huge player in today's game. 6-4, Parkland leads. Kirkwood serves. Beekman with the bump. Warfel with the set. Reese with the spike. Now it's on the Kirkwood side. Off of the Parkland players are going to call net on the Cobras, so it's 6-5 in favor of Parkland. We are in our 5th set. We only played a 15, 2 sets apiece. Parkland has had back-to-back 5-setters today. They've both been great games. They would love to pull out one of them. They lost the one earlier today. Warfel with the set across. Beekman has blocked. And now a set back by Warfel. Blocked again by Kirkwood. And now Parkland trying to send it over. And it is a point for Kirkwood. 6-6 our score. We are now tied here in the 5th set. And emotions are running high. A timeout on the Parkland side. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with more action in just a minute. 6-6, set 5. The next team to score 9 points will win here. This is the 5th set, and serving is Gabby Smith for the Eagles. Across it goes. McEwen up to Warfel, over to McKinney, who's in the game now. This one is hit back to McEwen. Warfel up to Alexander. Now Parkland needs to get it over. Beekman does. Now a set here by Kirkwood. And Warfel back sets it, and another spike by McKinney. And McKinney and Alexander ready to block McEwen with the bump. Warfel with the set across, and it's Beekman. Now Kirkwood on their side trying to get it across. This one is a point for Kirkwood. 7-6 Eagles. A very competitive point. And another timeout called here by Parkland. 7-6 Kirkwood over the Cobras, set 5. Gabby Smith back to serve again for the Eagles. Parkland trying to get the serve back on their side and tie this game up. And it is a deep serve. A little too much on that one. And it's 7-7 as Anna McEwen steps back to serve here for the Cobras. And across the net. Getting ready to set it up for Brankmeyer. Blocked by the Cobras. Point, Parkland. That was number 16, Bella McKinney. Stopping Brandmeier, who has been a big hitter today for Kirkwood. Brandmeier was going for the kill. McKinney was able to block it, and it's 8-7 Cobras. We're at the halfway point, and it's as close as it can get. Set 5, 8-7 Cobras. And here's the whistle, back in play, and the serve by Parkland. Kirkwood receives it, back set, blocked by the Cobras, and then out of bounds, so we are tied. 8-8, back and forth we go. All kinds of cameras going on one side, the other. Everybody wanting to film this exciting match and get it from the angle that they prefer. And we are tied now as Kirkwood is lining up to serve. I believe that is Madeline Boyer serving for the Eagles. And it is hit up by McEwen. And now Beekman and McMillan gets it across. Kirkwood now with a chance to set it up for, and then saved nicely there by Warfel. Warfel off Beekman, no. That one went off of, I believe, Warfel's head, and then Beekman tried to hit it up for another player to get to it, but was not able to do so. 9-8, Kirkwood Eagles. Boyer bouncing the ball intently, trying to get another good serve. McEwen with the set. Warfel across for Beekman. Beekman down. Kirkwood able to recover. Warfel, McEwen, and now McKinney on the outside. And another big kill there for Wazak. So now Kirkwood building a very small lead, but no one has been up by more than a point. It is now 10-8 Kirkwood. Parkland needs to try to stop this service turn right away and get the ball back on their side of the court. We'll see what happens here on this next serve. 10-8 Kirkwood Eagles over the Parkland Cobras, up over the net. Beekman and the set by Warfel. Beekman tipped at the net. Now Kirkwood with the set across. And Warfel with another set. Beekman blocked at the net. Kirkwood's blocks are coming up big here in the fifth set. That was Chloe Baez. And it is 11-8 Eagles. The Parkland bench trying to pump up their team. Down 3, set 5, 11-8. Boyer with the serve. McEwen, Warfel, McMillan, fielded by Kirkwood, but then they lose this one out of play. Back over to the Parkland side. Beekman, Warfel, and a score by Kirkwood. A great play by Kirkwood. I think that caught Parkland a little off guard as they thought that was going to go out, but they were able to hit it back into the field of play. I think it caught the Cobras a little off guard, and now they trail 12-8, and they have to turn the tide right now or they're going to be looking at a 5-set loss. Beekman with the bump, Warfel with the set, Beekman with the spike, and this one's going to actually make it out of play this time. 12-9. And in will come Ashley Freeman to serve for the Cobras. McKinney will go to the sideline. Cobras need to be strong on their service right now because they are down 3. And this one is hit up by Kirkwood, and a strong spike by Carly Wazak. Wazak and Brandmeier have been super tough for the Eagles. And now they are 2 points away from a victory as Avery Knoop comes in to serve for Kirkwood. This one is up. McEwen, Warfel just goes ahead and sends it over. Now Kirkwood with the chance, and it's Brandmeier again. Brandmeier and Wazak really showing off their skills here in set 5. They've been able to find them for whatever reason in set 5. They've been able to find those two players, and they've been putting the ball away. And now it is game point here for Kirkwood. Knoop serves it deep, 14-10. So Parkland stays alive. But they are down 4. They must score at least 4 points here before Kirkwood scores 1, or it will be over. And Beekman. Oh, it's fielded. It looked like that might have been out, but it's fielded by Kirkwood. And then Brandmeier. Warfel sets it up, and it is point Parkland. Sammy Chrisman finding the corner. 14-11 as Beekman is set to serve for the Cobras. And this one is fielded by Brandmeier. Knoop back to Brandmeier. Out off of Parkland, and that is the match. 15-11, Kirkwood wins set 5. The Cobras fall in both of our matches today, but they were both against great teams, top-ranked teams, and I know that Coach Hastings will only take this and use it as fuel for the rest of the season and learn from these games. And these are opponents that they could be matching up again later on in the national tournament. So thanks so much for joining us today here on PCTV Sports. I'm Chris Foster, with me my cameraman Skylar O'Connor, and we'll see you next time.